Hey guys, welcome back to the Sensu Pop channel. For another deck profile. For this week's deck profile, we will be playing with the Maidens because this is the month of May. Maidens? May? Ever since the launch of Dropbox 5, I've been getting a bit of messages asking me where is my Maidens deck profile, because I guess Sensu Pop and Maidens, which is actually true because I've been playing around with the old and new Maidens cards, even having a short chat with Joseph Blinko. If you do not know who he is a really hardcore Universe 2 Maidens player. So trying to get his idea and input on to find the best synergy for the new cards that comes out, trying to find a killer combo, right? The good news is there are just so many ways that you can play with these new cards, with so many choices for leaders, because they are not restricted to a Universe 2 leader. Unfortunately, because of that, Ribrianne, the Tournament of Power leader, is just not a good option anymore. So without further ado, let's see each other after the short intro, alright? Hey guys, welcome back from the intro. Let's go straight into the deck profile. We are going to be talking about this leader, Miraculous Arrival Shenron. So what does he do? He is an extremely powerful leader, an enabler for a lot of devastating combo in the deck. He enables you to draw a lot of cards, and at the same time, his ultimate ability, grant triple attack and 10k to any of your battle cards. It's very devastating in this deck. So what is the strategy? Because we are playing with Maidens, we are focusing on hand destruction, and then we will try to finish the game with the powerful triple attack ability. So I'm gonna introduce you to the hand destruction combo. The first MVP of the deck, Rabandra Maidens Devotee. So what does he do? When you play this card, your opponent discard 2. That is very devastating. And if he's big, there is another mechanics that's going to be in play in this deck, which is replenishment. So this card also helps to replenish your battle area. When this card is being removed by your opponent's skill or being KO'd, you get to choose a green battle card that is 3 or less and play it with the skills negated from your drop area, right? So you just play it with the skills negated. There is a very powerful target that you can use. So the other one is how are we gonna play this card? 2 ways. First one, Maidens Transformation. You get to play 2 Rabandra because Rabandra now is the male Kakunza, so you can play 2 of them with Maidens Transformation, so your opponent has to discard 4. The other way to play him is by Saloin, because when you play Saloin, you get to play something which is 4 or less from your hands. So you get to play Rabandra, your opponent discard 2. Saloin, it's also very powerful when it comes to defensive, because Saloin, when one of your opponent's cards attack, you KO Saloin, your opponent cannot attack anymore. And when this card, when Saloin is removed, you gotta bring something which is 4 or less from your battle area, from your drop area into your battle area with the skills negated. Alright, so one of targets for Rabandra is Goku Black, because Goku Black is 3, and you can't really what you want to do is the activate main, so you can't really activate main until your turn, right? So when your opponent removes Rabandra, you get to use Goku's Black's ability. You get to bring Goku's Black. So tap 3, you get to use Twisted Justice, Fuse Samasu, 25k, Double Striker, but we are not going for that. He is also indestructible. However, what we're gonna go for is that when you play this card, you get to choose 2 of your opponent's cards at random and discard them. So further hand destruction. Alright, so this is your first option when Rabandra is being removed. So let's go straight into the win con. First one is Ribrianne, Avatar of Affection. She is a bot removal, triple strike, and we discard the permanent because our leader is not green. When you play this card from your hands, you choose all of your opponent's battle card, ignoring barrier, and KO it. Pfft, gone. So ultimate board removal. So when this card is removed from your battle area or with your opponent's skill being KO, she replenishes herself with something 4 or less, right? So you could bring out anything which is green. So Goku Black, it's also your if that happens, Goku Black could be your target. But we are not looking for this. We are actually going for Ribrianne Transformation Complete, EX Evolve Ribrianne with energy 5 or more. And she's a double striker, so the first auto we cannot do it because she's not the other 5-drop Ribrianne, so she does not restand. But The second also still works because when this card attacks, you get to choose 2 cards from your opponent's hands and then you place it into drop area. Combine this with the triple attack, she becomes a 40k triple attack and make your opponent and you choose 6 cards from your opponent's hands and discard this. Even if your opponent doesn't die, your opponent it's barely limping. So this is your win con. Alright, so next up I'm going to talk a little. This deck has a lot of synergy, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how the deck synergy works. Alright, so here, you know that Rabandra could bring out Goku Black, but that is not your main goal. Your main goal for Rabandra is this. Your Rabandra is going to come out with 2 of them, and then your opponent needs to discard 4. If your opponent KOs Rabandra or takes him out with their skill, you want to bring out Teleporting Jimiza from your drop area, because Teleporting Jimiza has a permanent that says that all your Maiden Squadron cards reduces 2 by 2 energy from your hands. And so what does he do is that now your Saloin becomes 3 energy, your Rabandra becomes 2 energy, and Ribrianne, Avatar of Faction, becomes 3 energy when he comes on the board. So your opponent has to make a decision. Does he wants to take out this 20k Rabandra? Because you could swing with him again, or if he doesn't take care, you have a 20k striker on the board. If he takes care of him and remove him, now you have Teleporting Jimiza, and he has to deal with all these things again, which is very, very devastating. But if your opponent doesn't take out Rabandra and leaves Rabandra on the board, you could also use Plead of Salvation, which is activated for free with your Shenron's second ability. There's an errata on this card. That means that you can only bring out something which is 3 or less from your drop area and play it. So Plead of Salvation, you could play Jimiza, and then you could activate for free. Jimiza comes out, tap 3, you could choose Saloin or Ribrianne to come and clear the board, or you could tap 2, play Rabandra, and make your opponent discard more. So your opponent is stuck with the situation. Should I remove or should I not? If I remove, I die. I don't remove, I also die. So it's just amazing how this deck works. Alright, so this is the synergy of the deck. Right now, I'm going to show you something very, very interesting. I'm going to give you another bonus win con, and this is going to be very devastating. Let's go. Boom, it's the Xeno Cell. So Xeno Cell is quadruple strike, ultimate deflect, energy exhaust successor, most handsome man on earth, most ugliest card on earth, but I love it so much. So what does he do? If your opponent's successor, that means if you have green or yellow card on board, if you have green or yellow card on board that adds up to 12, you could put them into the drop area, and then you can play him for free. And also, if you have 5 or more energy when you play this card, you get to choose up to 3 of your opponent's cards from their hands and place them into the drop area, and this card gains dual attack for the duration of the turn. So he becomes a 40k dual attack, right? So with that, how are we going to bring this guy out? So these are the options. So Rabandra, 2 Rabandra with Maidens transformation, and if your opponent leaves Rabandra on the board, you tap 4 during your 5th turn, and then you play another Rabandra. Make your opponent discard 2, discard all 3 Rabandra into your drop area, play Cell Zeno, and make your opponent discard 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make your opponent discard 9 before swinging 1 time with quadruple strike. Give a triple attack to this guy. Then your now he becomes a 50k triple attack, so quadruple striker. So you're gonna swing with this guy 4 times, quadruple attack, quadruple striker to finish the game. Alright, so this is one of the ways that you can do. The second one is, if your opponent takes out one of your Rabandra, you bring out Teleporting Jimiza, you tap 3, bring out Saloin or Ribrianne, because when you bring out Saloin, you can bring out another Rabandra, make your opponent discard 2. So your opponent already discard 1, 2, 3, 4, because with 2 Rabandra, then with Saloin, bring out another Rabandra, make your opponent discard 2 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then with Rabandra, Saloin, Teleporting Jimiza, you have 12. Make your opponent discard another 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make your opponent discard 9, and again, go for it. Quadruple striker. Alright, or Ribrianne, Avatar of Faction if you need to clear the board. And with Rabandra, Ribrianne, and Teleporting Jimiza, you could bring out Xeno Cell just like that. So the other combo that you can do, it's also with Teleporting Jimiza, which brings out your Ribrianne, Avatar of faction, you tap 1, bring out your win con. Now you have a 7-drop Rebrand on the board. So you give, and then with Rabandra, Maiden's transformation, Maiden's attendance, sorry about the nose, Maiden's attendance, what you can do here is this, that because he is played for free, if there's a Universe 2 on the board, now you have your magical 12. I hope. Yes, you have your magical 12. So, but with the last combo, let me give you an advice on how to play it. Alright, so teleporting Jamisa on the board, and you have your Rebrand Avatar faction, you play for 3 energy. You need 5 energy for this combo to work, right? Because Xenocell needs 5 energy. So bring out your Rebrand. Now you have you tap 3 energy. Tap 1 so you remove everything on the board, tap 1, bring out Rebrand, then use this ultimate's ability. Now you have triple attack 40k and make your opponent discard 6. So swing, 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 you take 2, rip, rip, rip from their head. So your opponent discards 6. Usually at this point of time, because you have already used your ultimate's ability, your opponent might think, oh, I survived, that's totally good. I didn't die, that's great. Then slap down your Rabandra Maiden's attendance. Now you have the magical 12. Discard all of them, bring out Cell Xeno, and then make your opponent discard additional 3 more. And now he has to deal with another 40k quadruple striker on the board to finish the game. Alright, so this is extremely devastating. Alright, so yeah. Now let me talk about some general staples. We are going to play with 7 Dragon Balls. Of course, the numbers just stay at the end, because I will show every cards how I play it. Alright, so Dragon Ball, Super Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Radar. And why do I play Super Dragon Ball? Super Dragon Ball is just amazing in this deck because it draws 4, it digs very deep down into your deck. You're gonna put cards into the drop area anyways. Jamisa, Rabandra, they need to go to the drop area, so you don't care, put it into the drop area. Shenron, Figure of Majesty, it's okay in this deck because it kind of slows down the game pretty much. It slows down the game pretty much, however, with this critical and 5k, if you manage to do it, critical and 5k is still very powerful. Then you have Power Burst, Zabuto, which is your searcher, and he's 1. Sometimes you need that 1 for that successor. And we play the super combo, Boma. I just want to make it green, that's why, but you should play the other one, the black one, which is just better. And we play also Rabandra, this is our free blocker. Alright, so here is the deck overview, the number of cards that we've been played. So that's that. Alright, so guys, I hope you like the deck. There's a lot of synergy, so play around, get used to the deck before you actually bring it down to play it. Play around, get used to how to form the numbers, and you will find yourself drawing to Xenocell pretty much most of the game. Alright, so this is deck profile. I hope you like it. See you guys in the next video. Ciao, bye.